Okay. Yeah, I was waiting for this thing to start and it didn't start. But anywho, we are refreshing my curls, right? Let me just. There you go. Ignore the. I'm refreshing my curls. The replay. We're refreshing my curls, right? And yeah, we're just refreshing them. I think I did them 2 weeks ago, just like probably 13 days ago, give or take. And I really wanted to redo them because I need to wet my scalp, which is frustrating. Not my hair, just my scalp, because it wants to be wet. So yeah, so we gotta refresh them. But anyways, before we get started, my name is Tiana. I do all kinds of things on this channel. Following my micro-Locs journey is the biggest thing on here, but I do DIY projects, sewing, singing, a bunch of stuff that I just happen to be passionate about, and I put it out on YouTube. Yeah, so we're gonna get started, hopefully. Hi, Sister Carolyn, how are you? And yeah, y'all. Now, I was pumped up, but I already did, you know, the front and the middle, whatever. And now I'm tired. I'm so tired. And I have so much stuff to do. I still have to go to my mom's house and get some food from her so I can make my portion of the meal tomorrow, y'all. And it's not looking good. So we got to get this hair done. And I probably, like I usually try, hey, Kyara. I usually try to come back, like go under the dryer and come right back. Because I had to do a bunch of stuff, go to my mom's house, do some cooking, I am going to let these stay in like all night if I can help it. So if I do come back, it'll probably be tomorrow morning. We are doing it a little differently because two things. When I did my Bantu knots last time, so I thought about doing a no roller set and doing the Bantu knots. I feel like the Bantu knots lasted longer and gave me a stronger curl that lasted longer. So that's why I'm trying Bantu knots. Plus, it's a little easier to do. But yeah, last time I did my Bantu knots, I said that I would do it bigger. So I kind of am trying to do it bigger a little bit. But the other thing is my hair is wet. So yeah, it's not dry. Like, it's not dry. It's damp. It's not completely wet. It's damp. And I have not done any styles on my micro-Locs wet except for, I don't think I've done any. I don't even know if I've done the curl formers on it wet. So we are trying this today. We are freshly washed hair. We didn't even let it dry first. We're just going to do the Bantu knots. So yeah, let's get into it. I did the front and a little bit of the middle so you all get to see the back. And yeah, so I'm going to turn around here and fix my little scarf. My makeshift scarf that I have to fix to keep my big head covered. And yeah, and this should be good here. What if it wasn't? What if I just took that off and it wasn't? I'd be mortified and sad. But anywho, yes, how are you all doing? I hope everybody is doing well. So if you watch my 2-year lock anniversary thing, I talked about how I don't blow dry it anymore, and that's because the ends just got so, they were just locking faster than I can kind of catch it, if that even makes sense, because obviously I want it to lock. And so I don't really blow dry it anymore because it was like blow drying it is going to stretch it, but because they were locking, it wasn't really stretching. So this is kind of what my hair looks like. So this is, like I said, it's a little damp, and because it was just washed, but it's not stretched and it's not blow dried. So this is kind of what it looks like. Now if it dried a little more, it probably would shrink up a little, just a little bit more than what it is. I feel like you guys can't. I feel like I gotta get on my tippy toes here. But anywho, we have our hairspray, our water bottle. Okay, I'm trying to show it to you. There it goes. My water bottle here. And yeah, we're just going to mist it lightly and do them and try to make them a little bit bigger and yet fill it out at the same time. And this is the best part about Locs, is that I don't have to detangle and I don't need a comb to do a style. I could just do it. But because my hair is not stretched or anything, my ends are even more resistant to kind of like twirling around. I'm just going to wet it a little bit. And I really just went in the ends. I'm gonna wet, that root just feels a little dry to me. So I only washed it and I did, you know, put my aloe in my scalp. And I did towel blot my ends of my hair with my microfiber towel. Which I have to like do a review on that because I've been seeing, like some of my clients bring their own towels, which thank you all for all of you that do that. Alright, so I'm trying to make this a little bigger than I made them last time, so that should be good. So some of my clients bring their own microfiber towels, but y'all, they are not created equal because mine are really, really thick, and some of the ones that my clients bring are really thin. And especially if you have locks, that just does not cut it. So I think I need to like share the one that I use because I just found it on Amazon, but it's really good, like really good. And I like it a lot. This one feels a little thinner than I want it to be. So I'm going to try to grab a little more to join with it. So I'm just spraying it, but focus more on the ends than anything. And yet try not to put too much water because then it won't dry. Remember last time we did it, it didn't dry. And just twirling it around here. My ends are becoming super thick because the ends of my hair is where the 2-strand twist is from when I first started my locks. So those swell up a whole lot more than my, this one make me mad, y'all. The 2-strand twist part swell up a lot more than the interlock part. And the 2-strand twist part has a lot more bounce back, like a lot more shrinkage and stuff. And I used to think that all my hair shrinks, like even the interlock part. But honestly, I think the shrinkage comes from only the 2-strand twist. The interlock part doesn't seem to shrink that much. What is this? What is this? This piece is getting on my nerves. It's a little harder to twist the ends because they're not stretched and they are super thick. And I always try to make my bantu knot go backwards a little bit because it keeps it from being too tight. And then this little poor thing was forgotten. Jerk. I'm just gonna, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with that. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. Yeah, let's see. Make sure these are about the same. So that, I guess, should be okay. And because it's so thick, I have to like press, like squeeze it to kind of make sure the water is actually in there and not just sitting on top of the hair. Because if it sits on top, I know it's not gonna do its job. It's not gonna reset because it didn't get wet. Trying to make sure I'm twisting enough. And then, like I said, I try to go backwards while I'm twisting in the one direction that I wanted to go. I try to twist the bantu knot backwards just to keep it from being too tight. All right, let's see how much we got left here. The scarf is not helping me because I can't see that much. Wonder, can I make these 2? I don't know. If I make it 3, it's going to be small. And to be honest with you, the back doesn't all the way curl anyway because once I put it in a pineapple, the back gets straight. But should I make it 3 or should I make it 2? I'm going to try 2 and see if it's too big. This side feels thicker than the other side. Let me give this one a couple more locks over here. And see what happens. If it doesn't let me do it, then it's definitely too big. But we're going to try it and see what we get. I don't know. It's slightly bigger than I want it to be, but if I cut it, it's going to be too small. That's always the decision when I'm doing hair, like my own or someone else's. There's always those awkward sections that are too big. Like either you're going to have to go bigger than you want to go or small. Because your head is like different shapes. Like the top of your head is wider than obviously the back and the nape part. So it's like you get to these certain parts in people's heads and in my own where I'm like, man, 2? Okay, Kyra, good. That's what I'm trying. I'm going to try 2. And it feels like it can do it. This doesn't feel too bad at all. But yeah, your head has different shapes, and I think even though you try to plan out what you want it to be, hold on, this is tighter than I want it to be though. Even though you try to plan it out, you always got to come to a decision at some point where you're like, should I make it bigger? Do I want it to go bigger or do I want it to go smaller? I think that I decided within myself for like locks or, for locks, that I would rather that piece be smaller than bigger. Alright, y'all, if I feel any tension anywhere, I pull my hair out. Like I pull it back, so there's definitely some tension right here, so I pulled that lock out a little bit. Because when I go to sleep, it's only going to get worse. So I do like to pull on them. Oops. I do like to pull on them because no, I just can't. I just can't have my head hurt while I sleep. But I think 2 will work, so that's nice. Alright, this one, I have to wet it, but I don't want it to be too much water. This one still smelled, oh my gosh, I can't talk. This one still feels smaller than the other one. That stinks. But when I was a loose natural, for some reason this side of my hair is a looser texture than the other side. Just slightly looser, just very slightly looser. Ooh. Alright. We are done. I'm trying to pull them. I don't want nobody to be too tight. I want nobody hurting me while I'm trying to sleep. Hope this one is tight enough. But yeah, we're done. I'm gonna try to come back tomorrow, so it'll probably be like tomorrow morning so you can see. But I tried to make them a little bigger than I did last time, because they tend to give a tight curl. So I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of them. About 12 of them in here. This, I don't care for how this feels, so let me just twist this a little better. Didn't feel really twirled around. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much it. I will definitely try to come back tomorrow and let you see how it works out. I don't plan on going under the dryer, but if I do go under the dryer, I will let you know. Should I put my little hat back on? But yeah, I'm so tired. I have so much more stuff to do. I'm on my way to nowhere. But yeah, we'll see. My little one's in the front, and we'll see if I go under the dryer or not. I really don't plan on it. I don't plan on going under the dryer, but if I do, I'll try to let you know. But I plan on trying to keep them in like all night, because I still have a few hours of the night left, and let them kind of air dry. And like I said, it's a little different for me this time because I did it on wet hair instead of doing it on stretched hair. And that's why I usually use the water bottle, because my hair is usually dry. So let's see if there's any difference in it or if it looks different. When I was a loose natural, I tried to do it on dry hair and then spritz it like I normally do. Excuse me, only because it kind of eliminates a little bit more frizz if I do it on dry hair and then spritz it versus doing it on freshly washed hair. So if you are a loose natural and you haven't tried that yet, if you do Bantu knots, they have a different look when you do them with your hair wet and different look when you do them if your hair is already dried or already blow dried and then you're just spritzing it before you put it in. And it does come out tighter when your hair is wet. It just isn't going to be a little bit more fuzzy because you're natural. So I'm trying to see, how does this work out with the locks? Will they be fuzzy too? But locks are fuzzy anyway, so let's see. But anywho, that's all that I have. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, all of that fun stuff. And yeah, hopefully we'll come back tomorrow and we can show you what it looks like. And until then, adios.